Satnam, Namaste. Welcome back to Move Yoga Life. Hi, I'm Monique, and I'm excited that you are back. This is the second part of a two-part full moon series, but realistically, this part of class you can watch anytime. This particular part of class, we're going to be doing the juicy, the yummy parts of our full moon workshop, which is the yoga portion. The yoga that we're going to be doing is called Yin Yoga, and we like to do this with a little addition of some sound healing and some meditation. Before we actually get into this yoga practice, I recommend watching the first part, especially if you're doing this practice specifically for the Pisces third eye chakra full moon happening during the Virgo throat chakra season. So if you're doing this specifically for that, watch the first part of this series because the first part is really going to allow you to have a big understanding and a complete awareness of what this full moon is about. Now, if you don't really want to do that quite yet, and you really just want to get into the yoga, you can do that too. This is for you to decide and pick what works best for you. With this yoga practice, I have added a bit of my let's say my foundation, a bit of some Kundalini yoga with some breath work. I've noticed that my meditation practices and my yoga practices have been far more powerful when I add some type of movement to my body or to my breath before I start to go to slow down, to go deep into the actual meditation. And the yin yoga that we're going to do tonight will be specifically to activate your third eye chakra. Third eye chakra, but for you to be able to see the unseen, to tap into your intuition so that you can actually speak your truth. It's a little different because with this season that we're in right now, it's about speaking your truth. It's about finding your voice, using your voice to communicate clearly, compassionately, and purposefully. Now, in order to do that, this full moon is showing you something that you might have been blinded to. And in order for you to truly speak your truth, you have to see the truth. And so if you're struggling with your words, if you're struggling with yourself being able to communicate or express yourself, or let's say that you are trying to find a way to speak a message and you don't know exactly what that is, this is a great practice for you. A great practice for you to do, whether it be the breath work that we're about to go ahead and do or the actual yin yoga portion. So let's go ahead and get started. Are you excited? Good. Let's begin. Bring the palms together to touch. Find a comfortable seat. Remove any flesh from underneath you so that the spine is nice and straight. Roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. And then find stillness as you bring the shoulder blades just a little bit pinching behind you so that your heart is open, giving space for your lungs for you to breathe in deep. Close the eyes and roll the eyes up to focus in the space between the brows. Palms can rest gently onto the top of the knees just for now, just allowing ourselves to settle into this space, breathing into the space. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Take another deep breath in. And another deep breath out. In a moment, we're going to dive deep into understanding exactly what it means to connect to our intuition, to our inner wisdom, our inner wizard. Understanding that there's a deep knowledge within us that is there to help guide us, to show us the answers. Understanding that rather than using your two outer eyes to see the world, that it's important to look within. Let my words seep in as you take a deep breath in, as you take a deep breath out. Now slowly flutter the eyes open, opening up your eyes so that I can guide you through a breathing meditation called alternate nostril breathing. Now, if you've never done this before, this is an incredible breathing pranayama that I highly recommend doing. This breath allows you to bring balance to both centers, the left and the right brain hemisphere, the feminine and the masculine energy. If you're ever having a time where you need to make some serious decisions and get yourself centered, this is an incredible breath work to do. It is very calming, it is very relaxing, and it only takes 3 to 5 minutes to really feel the impact of this meditation. Now, I wanted to add a little bit of something for you guys. I don't know if you've ever practiced any type of mudras before. Gyan mudra is one of the most popular one. It's where you take your index finger, your Jupiter finger, which is also connected to your third eye chakra, your place of knowledge, and you bring the fingertips to touch the thumb and the index finger. Very popular. But tonight, we're going to do the Buddhai mudra. Buddhai, Buddhi mudra, where you bring your Mercury finger, your pinky, and your thumb tip together to touch. Mercury is connected to communication, your throat chakra, and that's what we want to activate. We'll do that with our left hand. So go ahead now, thumb tip and pinky together to touch. The other 3 fingers are completely straight, resting onto the top of the thighs. Just gently pressing the fingertips together here, and let that rest there. The right hand, that's what we're going to use for our alternate nostril breathing. You're going to take the thumb and put it on the right thumb and put it on the right nostril. The index finger, the pointer finger, this finger is your Jupiter finger. This is where your knowledge is at. This is where you point to the right directions of where you're trying to go. That's what we want to activate. And so we're going to have that resting right at our third eye chakra, right at the center of our forehead, just above the brows, connecting there, activating there, because that's what we want. That's where we're trying to go with our practice here. And so let's do that. We'll take a breath in from the left nostril, seal it with our pinky, release the right nostril, and exhale out the right nostril. Inhale from the right nostril, seal it with the thumb, release the pinky, and exhale out of the left nostril. Inhales and exhales from the same nostril. Inhale from the left. Seal the left nostril. Release and exhale the right. And inhale from the right. The index finger is continuing to pressure on the forehead. And you're alternating the breath. The eyes can be closed as you roll the eyes up, focusing in the space between the brows, as if you're trying to penetrate the eyeballs to touch up against the index finger that's placed on the outside of the forehead. Taking deep breaths in, sealing the nostril, and exhaling it out. Listen to and feel the calmness of the breath. Allow yourself to just focus on the breath. Your breath is your anchor. It's what keeps you present. It's what keeps you alive. Intuitively begin to ask yourself the questions that we went over in the first video. The questions that activate your intuition, your Pisces energy. And by that I mean your intuition, your empathy, the romantic parts of you. the parts that find themselves mirroring others, feeling other people's emotions. A place of questioning your identity and who you truly are. Continue to ask those questions as you alternate nostril breathe. Calling out to your subconscious to help guide you, show you the answers, and give you the messages that you need. So that you know exactly what it is that you need to release and let go. Release and let go and make space for the new. Just a few more breaths here. On your next breath, wherever you are, take a deep breath in. Holding the breath, release the right palm onto the top of the knee. Continue to hold your breath, placing the right palm in the Buddha mudra as well. Holding the breath and focusing in the space between the brows. Now exhale it all out. Big breath in. Fill up the belly, fill up the lungs, suspend the breath in the clavicle space, feeling the breath move through the body, holding the breath and focusing in the space between the brows. Hold the breath. Cleansing and healing. Open mouth, exhale it out. One more time. Big, big breath in. The biggest breath yet. Inhaling slowly the belly, filling it up, filling up the lungs, all the way up to the bottom of the throat, into the throat. Holding the breath. Holding the breath. Rolling the shoulders back, opening up the heart. Straightening the spine so that the energy can move up and down all of the chakras. Focus in the space between the brows. Activate your intuition so that you can see your truth and speak your truth. Exhale it out. And slowly just come to your natural breath. Continuing to hold on to this mudra, you're welcome to stay here for just a moment or release the palms down to face down onto the top of the knees. Relaxing here. Relaxing. Keeping the eyes closed. Holding on to this sensation of calmness, of balance. Slowly and gently, allow yourself to come lying down. Allow yourself to come lying down so that I can guide you into the third eye chakra meditation, beginning the first process of our yin yoga sound healing meditation class. As you slowly come lying down, tuck under the tailbone, let the feet flop towards the side edges of your mat. Roll the shoulders back and place the palms down beside you, either to face up or to face down. The chin is just slightly towards the chest so that the back of the neck is also grounded. Your entire spine grounded, safe, stable. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And continue to listen to my voice. Relaxing here, breathing in this space, focusing in the space between the brows, guiding your intention there. On your next deep breath, feel yourself sinking heavily into the floor, slowing down your breathing and melting into the mat with each long, deep, soothing breath. With the eyes closed, gently roll the eyes up to focus in the space between the eyebrows, your mind's eye. Become aware of the third eye chakra, the home of your intuition and inner wisdom, activating your pituitary gland, the master gland, the command center that regulates the rest of the glands. Breathe in. Open mouth, breathe it out. Trusting your imagination, begin to visualize a spinning indigo blue ball of energy. Imagine this fluid energy expanding all around your head, strengthening your ability to dream, to visualize, to think without attachment. A clear focus. Connect your inner knowing. Visualize your mind illuminating with this light until you feel fully connected. Until you feel fully connected. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing into this blue indigo energy all around you. Feel the anticipated energy of the September 20th powerful full moon, of the powerful full moon in Pisces, here to activate your third eye chakra, as well as your intuition, your intuitive eye, your truth and authenticity. Tonight we are strengthening our ability to see not just with our outer eyes, but with our inner eye. We begin to understand the message of this full moon, that this full moon's message is here to say, open up your eyes. I see you, and you see I. It's time to see the truth so we can finally be the truth. It's time to see the truth so that we can finally be the truth. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. With each breath, we continue to ask ourselves the 5 full moon questions, relaxing, softening, making space for the answers from within to surface. Pisces full moon is ready to shine a bright light and illuminate our souls, illuminating what's already there within you, but has been muted or blinded. Tonight is our time to see what we have been missing, no longer relying on outside opinions to guide us, but instead using our inner wisdom to show us our inner truth. Using our inner wisdom to show us our inner truth. With every posture that follows, continue to channel this expansive, indigo energy, focusing on your mind's eye and letting your intuition be your guide. All you have to do is take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Surrender, let go, and see. And see. Slowly, gently, mindfully, begin to bring some gentle movement, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, stretching the arms up above you and pointing the feet further down below you, giving yourself a big spinal stretch. Taking another deep breath in and guiding the knees into the chest, rocking up and down, side to side, waking up the spine. Gentle movements here. And then slowly allow yourself to roll onto your belly. Roll onto your belly to prepare you to come to our first posture of child's pose. child's pose is an incredible posture of surrender. It is one of my favorite postures, and one of the best ways to do it is first by lying down flat on your belly and then bringing yourself up to a tabletop position on all fours. The knees are directly underneath the hips, the palms underneath the shoulders. We bring the big toes together to touch and let the knees fall out towards the side edges of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and with your exhale, begin to push your hips back, allowing yourself to sit onto the back of the heels, resting the belly down, the forehead down onto the mat, and the palms as far up towards the mat as you can, spreading the fingertips out wide, feeling the sensation of being grounded. The energy of this full moon, it comes with an energy of being grounded because of this Virgo season of earth, of security, of being rooted. For us to see what's happening around us, we must be grounded, present in the space that we're in here on the planet. So allow yourself to breathe into this space. Feel the sensation of surrender, of dropping to your knees, and allowing yourself to be humbled. Eyes are closed, focusing up into the third eye space between the brows. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Breathe here. Relax. I see the truth in all situations. I see the truth in all situations. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And with every breath, allow yourself to just melt even more onto the mat, letting whatever no longer serves you fall onto the mat. This is your place of surrender. You are safe. Stay with your breath. If you find yourself wandering, lost in your thoughts, stay with your breath. Let your breath be your anchor. The answers to all your questions are not in the past or in the future, but in the present, in the here and the now. Here is where you'll find your answers. Breathe here. On your next breath, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale it out. Very, very slowly begin to press yourself back up to tabletop position, keeping the palms, the fingers glued to the mat, guiding yourself back up to that neutral spine. The knees directly underneath the hips, and finding stillness here. Finding stillness here, fighting any urge to move or wiggle. It's important that we find stillness out of each posture because this is where we feel the energy move deep within us. This is where we can allow ourselves to truly feel the impact of the postures that we are doing. Breathe into this space and feel the expansion. Only in the stillness will you be able to feel the miraculous miracles that are happening deep within. Stay here for a few more breaths. And now when you're ready, you're free to move, you're free to wiggle, looking up. Maybe a few cat-cows, dropping the belly, looking down and bringing the chin to the chest, sucking the belly button up towards the sky, releasing from the shoulders. Maybe a few more, a gentle sway of the hips, rolling of the hips, whatever movement that you need to allow you to then coming down to seated. As you come to seated, let the legs stretch out in front of you. You can wiggle the legs a little bit, just gentle movements. We don't want to activate any muscles. In yin yoga, we're focusing on the deep tissues, the ligaments. And so we want to really focus on really not activating muscles. So gentle movements, mindful movements. Our next posture is caterpillar pose. Caterpillar pose is where we'll go. Remove any flesh from underneath you. Let the legs come out long in front of you. We're going to take a deep inhale, reach up. And as you reach up, really stretch up, spread the fingertips wide. Allow your head to fall back so that you can open up your throat, looking up, giving yourself a whole different perception. Inhale, reach up some more as if you're trying to unplug from the hips. Take another deep breath. And hinging from the hips, allow yourself to reach forward, all the way forward until you can't reach anymore, and then let the fingers fall where they may. Let the fingers fall where they may, bringing the forehead onto the top of the knees. Now, if you have a block, which I highly recommend using in this practice, if you have a block, you're welcome to put the block in between the knees so that the forehead is touching something. And if you're not able to reach all the way and rest your knees or rest your forehead onto the top of your knees, then just visualize your forehead touching the top of the knees. The forehead is where our third eye lies. Right behind there is the pituitary gland. By pressing there and focusing there, we're opening up that space. And so we want to continue to focus in that space with each and every posture. Focusing back at that blue indigo color, that expansive indigo color connected to our intuitive wisdom. Breathe in this space. And with every breath, continue to hinge forward just a little bit more, allowing yourself to go deeper and deeper. Deep breath in, deep breath out. I trust my intuition and inner wisdom is guiding me. I trust my intuition and inner wisdom is guiding me. Inhale, exhale. Each breath is opening up the back of the heart. Each breath is opening up the entire spine, flexing the spine, guiding the chin towards the chest, relaxing the jaw so that the upper body can continue to fall further and further towards earth. The caterpillar detoxes our solar plex chakra, our belly, squeezing into our belly and removing what's no longer serving us, that's keeping us from finding our confidence. Before we can speak our truth or see the truth, we must understand our identity and be confident in who we are. Whatever is blocking you, whatever is keeping you from lighting your inner fire, breathe into that space. And with your exhale, let it go. Let it go. And just watch what happens. Exhale all the air out. Inhale. Open mouth. Let it go. Slowly, and I mean the slowest you've moved yet, begin to crawl yourself up, stacking each vertebrae of the spine, letting the head be the very last thing to come up. Coming up maybe onto the fingertips so that slowly your fingertips guide you all the way back up to the neutral spine. Finding stillness here as you place the palms beside you, spreading the fingertips wide. Be still. Be still. What do you see? What do you feel? And now that you've taken the time to listen, you know what you need, you know what you want. You're free to move, bend the knees if you'd like. Place the palms behind you, let the knees fall to the left, fall to the right. Windshield wiping the knees, releasing the lower back. Maybe even come to a reverse tabletop, planting the palms of the hands behind you, the feet onto the mat, lifting up the hips, swaying the hips side to side, and even maybe letting your head fall back, opening up the throat once more. Once you're ready, slowly bring yourself back down, moving yourself to face the wide edge of the mat, straddling the mat as you let the legs come out wide. Half butterfly. Half butterfly is where we're going to go next. Let's begin by bending the right knee and bringing the right foot into the inner part of the left thigh. Now, some of the best ways to start here is to first bend this left knee and plant the left foot onto the mat. We're going to take a twist here because remember, we need confidence. We need confidence to speak our truth. And if that's what we need, then that's where we're going to go. And by twisting, we're going to still be focusing on our gut. But by putting our forehead onto the knee, it's going to allow us to still tap into our third eye space. So take a deep breath with me and reach up. And with your exhale, use your exhale to twist you to the left. And continue to exhale as you bring your forehead onto the top of that left knee, resting here. Just breathe here for a moment, eyes are closed. Listening to the affirmation of, my life is divinely guided and always taking me in the directions best for me. My life is divinely guided and always taking me in the directions best for me. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Let those seeds be planted there. And with every breath, slowly start to crawl that left foot further and further away. Breathing at each stop, taking a moment to pause, and then eventually allowing that leg to come all the way straight, connecting the forehead still onto the top of the knee. Now for some of you, you may be able to get here right away, and for some of you, it just might not be today. But that's okay. This is a practice of patience, a practice of understanding that it takes time to go deep. So take your time, honor where you're at, and just breathe into that space. There's deep inner wisdom in the silence, in the stillness. Can you allow yourself to be still enough for you to hear the guiding whisper of that inner wisdom? Slow breath in, slow breath out. Just a few more breaths here. And on your next breath, slowly guide yourself. Slowly guide yourself back up to neutral, keeping your legs where they are. Bringing your spine back to neutral, placing the palms in front of you, grounded onto the mat. Release. Feel the release, cleansing and healing. It's in these moments of pausing where we really take in the benefits. We really allow ourselves to measure our process and see the work we've done. Don't miss out on these moments. Be still. Now when you're ready, slow movements, gentle movements. Bring the knees together if you like. Windshield wiper them again, letting them fall to the left, to the right. And then prepare yourself to balance onto the other side. So coming back to straddle pose. Remove always any flesh from underneath you so that the base of the spine is grounded, secure, stable. In order for the energy to move in our body, it's important that we have a strong structure. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you're rooted and that the base of the spine is always rooted before moving forward. So let's now bend our left knee, bringing the left foot into the inner thigh. If you like, you can bend that right knee to start. preparing by inhaling, reaching up. Let the head fall back. Inhale some more, reach up some more. Really unplug, stretching that spine long, and with the long exhale, twisting. Continue to exhale as you bring the forehead to the top of that right knee. Resting here for a moment, listening to the affirmation. The answers to all my questions lie within. The answers to all my questions lie within. Inhale. Exhale. And with every breath, letting that right foot slowly release, stretching all the way down, keeping the forehead on top of that right knee, pausing wherever you need to, breathing into each space, honoring exactly where you are at, finding your confidence, finding your confidence. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Let go. Stay with your breath. Where is your breath? Just a few more breaths here. Notice where there's any blockages, anything that's keeping you from moving forward that you need to release. Send your breath there. Use a bit of your imagination and allow that blue indigo light to follow and be led by your breath, cleansing and healing that space, allowing you to let it go and make room for the new. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly, once more, stacking the spine, guiding yourself back to neutral. Placing the palms right in front of you and keeping the legs where they are. Spine nice and long and straight, chin parallel to the floor, eyes are closed. Focus in the space between the brows. Breathe here. Be still here. Without my cue, feel free to move in whichever way you'd like, and allow this movement to bring you lying down on your back. Bend the knees again, windshield wiper, stretch up, and then bring yourself to lying down flat. Now to have better cognitive thinking to make clear decisions. In yoga, some powerful postures are inversions. It's when the feet come above the head. And so we're going to do a little inversion where we'll be bringing our feet above our head in a posture called snail pose. And with snail pose, we've done in my other classes, and I believe we actually did it in our last class. So just notice the difference between where you're at now and where you were at before. Snail pose, there's steps to get there and some modifications. And so if you'd like, you're welcome to go through the steps and follow me, or immediately go to snail posture. Before getting to snail, we do what's called waterfall pose. Waterfall pose is where you bring up the feet towards the sky. The palms of the feet are parallel to the ceiling. Flexing the feet as if you're pointing the toes behind you. And allowing gravity to slowly bring your feet to come back. As you do this, you'll start to notice that your hips start to lift. Let your hips start to lift. And continue to breathe here. Breathing here. It's much easier if you continue to bring the feet even further back behind you. Squeezing into the belly, letting the top of the thighs massage the belly muscles. Keeping the eyes closed. Now when you're ready to go further, you continue to bring the feet further and further behind you, lifting the hips further and further off the mat. Eventually, your hips will start to fall onto, wanting to stack onto the shoulders. Use your palms to support the lower back. Placing the palms there, anchoring your hips right above onto the shoulders, and then eventually bending the knees so that the knees can rest onto the left and the right ear, on the sides of the ears. This is your snail posture. Breathe here. Exhale. And if you'd like to release the palms from the lower back, you can clasp the fingers together, which will allow the shoulders to shimmy underneath you even more. See what feels best for you. And once you're there, take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Letting your body know that this is exactly where I'd like to be. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Close the eyes. Focus in the space between the brows. I know I'm becoming the best person I can be. I know I am becoming the best person I can be. Stay with your breath. Let gravity help you. Breathe. Let your breath anchor you. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And if you're in that snail pose, slowly, gently allow yourself to unravel, bringing the hips back down, slowly bending the knees, and guiding the palms of the feet onto the mat, the palms of the hands beside you onto the mat, all of the palms grounded, finding stillness here as you unravel and feel the release. When your body begins to feel the release, the mind can begin to release. The spirit can begin to feel the release. And it's in the release and the let go where we begin to honor what it feels like to forgive, to accept, and to find gratitude for even the things that did not seem to serve us. Honor these moments. There's so much truth here to understand. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Windshield wiper once more if you'd like. Let the knees fall to the right, to the left. Stretch the arms up above you. Point the feet further down below you. Giving yourself a big spinal stretch. And preparing yourself for the next posture. So keep yourself lying down flat on the mat. This is a pretty advanced posture. So for my beginner yogis, it may just be easier for you to either grab a block and place it underneath your shoulders so that your heart can still be elevated and that the crown can still connect to the mat. Or I'll give you a modified posture so that you can work your way up to the fish pose. So fish pose is where we're going to go. And fish pose begins with bringing the palms underneath you, completely underneath you. Let the palms come underneath to where the thumbs are touching, and even the index, the sides of the index fingers are touching. Once you've done that, you can begin to also shimmy the elbows underneath you, bringing everything, shoulders, arms underneath you. We're going to flex the feet, look down towards the feet, bend the elbows so that the entire upper body is lifted. You're sitting on the palms still, so if you feel that the hip bones are pushing into the wrists, then move your hands a little bit further into the meatier parts of the glutes. Inhale, looking at the toes. Exhale, release the head, letting the head fall all the way back, the hat falling off, letting the throat open up, and then slowly releasing the crown of the head onto the mat. Elbows are bent, the heart is open, the shoulders are back, away from the ears, and we're breathing into this space. Eyes are closed, rolling up, focusing into the third eye chakra, connecting your crown, your highest point of yourself, onto the ground, rooting, changing your perception as you look behind you. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And if this is not exactly the posture for you tonight, it's okay. Allow yourself to instead come into a reverse butterfly, where the palms of the feet come together to touch. And if you have that block, you can place it underneath the shoulders. And by having the shoulders lifted, you can still allow your crown to touch. But if not, let the palms of the feet touch. The knees fall towards the side. Place the left palm on your heart and the right palm on the belly. Eyes are closed, focusing in the space between the brows. It's okay to honor where you're at and understand that right now this is where you're supposed to be. So breathe. Breathe. Breathe and listen and recognize the need for stillness. And repeat to yourself, I have the courage to be my true authentic self. I have the courage to be my true authentic self. Deep breath in, deep breath out.
Everything you've done has gotten you here. You have all the tools, everything you need to succeed. You've taken all the steps and honored each step, and took the time to understand what these lessons and challenges were trying to do for me. Trust and have confidence. Trust and have confidence that you can breathe through the challenges, and you can make it through and see the other side. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And if you're in that fish pose, slowly release the palms from underneath you,
Meeting the rest of the class by coming into that reverse butterfly. Right into that reverse butterfly, palms of the feet together. Left palm of the hand on the heart, right palm on the belly. Finding stillness here. Inhale. Exhale. There are things in our lives that we cannot see. There are things in our lives that we cannot see with only our outer eyes. There are things in our lives that we cannot accomplish without the guidance of our intuition. I now can see my truth. I now can speak my truth. I now can be the truth. I am who I am, and the glory in that. I am who I am, and the glory in that. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Slowly release the feet, guiding them to flop towards the side edges of the mat, lengthening as you stretch the arms up, bending the knees once more if you like, letting them fall to the left, fall to the right, preparing yourself for the final, most important pose of every single yoga class, Shavasana. Tucking the hips under, palms coming down towards the sides, letting the palms come out wide so that you can take up space because you deserve it. Palms come down to ground or up to receive, chin slightly towards the chest, the entire spine connected, stable, balanced, so that the energy that you created of cleansing and healing is able to move throughout all the systems within the body, from the toes, the calves, the thighs, the hips, the belly, the heart, the arms, the hands, up into the throat, the face, the space between the brows of your intuition, the crown of the head, all the way up and out the crown of the head into this beautiful white light. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale it out. Take another deep breath in. Hold the breath. Fill up some more. Fill up some more. Hold the breath. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, sending the breath through every nook and cranny of the body. And open mouth, exhale it all out. Fully surrender into your Shavasana. corpse pose. Let go. Let go and see. Slowly, gently, mindfully, lovingly. Begin to wiggle the fingers. Begin to wiggle the toes. A look to the left, pause. A look to the right, pause. The next big breath reaches the arms up above you and points the feet further down below you. Eventually guiding the knees into the chest so that the arms can wrap around the knees, and take a moment of gratitude here as you hug, as you give yourself a big squeeze, appreciating the fact that you took the time for you to recharge, to refocus, and set clear intentions, locked in with the energy around you. Your next breath rocks you up and down, side to side. And eventually this energy guides you all the way up to seated. Right back to where we began, full circle. Coming up seated, crossing the legs, removing any flesh from underneath you. Spine nice and long and straight. The shoulders are rolled back. Eyes are closed, chin parallel to the floor. The belly button's just gently sucked in so that the base of the spine, the lower part of the spine, is supported. Heart open. Bring the palms together to touch and begin to rub them together, waking up the body, energizing the body, and activating your healing hands. Find stillness as you bring the palms to prayer at heart center. Eyes are closed. With every class, we end with the universal sound of Om. It is a short ah and a long Om. As you finish out the Om, seal the lips and smile, and feel the humming vibration traveling from the heart center up into your place of truth, of communication, the throat, past your open intuition, and out the crown of the head, connecting you to your higher self. We'll do that 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Inhale for Om. Inhale. 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 Exhale. Inhale the palms to the third eye space, the seat of your intuition, your inner wizard. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful preparation of this wonderful third eye chakra activating full moon, opening up our intuition and letting our inner eye be our guide. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope that felt as good as it did over here. There's so much knowledge and so much information that we are able to find, and yet we use that information by coming from our outside world. All that knowledge and information we can find is here. The answers to your questions are here. So take time to tune into that space and honor the fact that you did. Thank you, yogis. Please continue to join us as we do these classes every 2 weeks on the new moon and the full moon. Our next class will be for the Libra new moon. And so do the work. Go back to the video, the part 1 video, and watch that so you understand what are the intentions of this full moon. And go even further and watch what are the intentions of this Virgo throat chakra energy so that you can make space, so that you can manifest and achieve all the goals and all the dreams that you want in this life. You deserve it. You deserve it. I see you, and you see I. Thank you, yogis. Blessings. Namaste. Sat Nam. Bye.